In the quaint village of Thornfield, nestled between the whispering pines and the serene waters of Lake Lament, a legend was born from the depths of the forest. It was a tale that had been passed down through generations, a tale of a creature that was once human, now twisted by a curse that bound it to the eternal hunger of the wild. As the seasons changed and the memory of the Wendigo faded into the past, Abigail and Elias found themselves at the center of a village reborn. Thornfield, once overshadowed by fear, now thrived with a newfound sense of unity and purpose. The forest, once a source of dread, had become a place of exploration and discovery, its depths holding secrets yet to be uncovered. Abigail, with her knowledge of ancient lore and natural remedies, became the village's new healer, her father having passed on his mantle with pride. Elias, no longer haunted by his cursed past, worked alongside her, his intimate understanding of the forest proving invaluable in gathering rare herbs and protecting the villagers from the remaining dangers that lurked in the wild. But peace is often a fragile thing, and in the quiet corners of the world, darkness can fester and grow unseen until it is too late. A new tale was about to unfold in Thornfield, one that would test the bonds of the community and the strength of its protectors. It began with a series of strange occurrences, a feeling of unease that crept over the village as the nights grew longer and the shadows deeper. Livestock went missing, and travelers spoke of a chilling presence on the roads leading into Thornfield. Whispers of a new horror began to circulate, a fear that perhaps the curse of the Wendigo had not been fully vanquished. One night, under a moonless sky, a villager stumbled into the square, his face pale and his eyes wide with terror. He spoke of a creature he had seen in the forest, not a Wendigo, but something else, something equally as malevolent. It was a specter that moved through the trees like mist, its form shifting and changing, its eyes burning with a cold, blue flame. The villagers turned to Abigail and Elias for guidance, their trust in the pair unshaken. The couple knew that they could not ignore the villagers' tale, for they understood better than anyone that the forest held many secrets, and not all of them were kind. Gathering a small group of brave souls, they set out into the forest to uncover the truth behind the mysterious specter. The forest greeted them with silence, the usual chorus of nocturnal creatures eerily absent. The air was heavy with anticipation, as if the very earth was holding its breath. They found the first sign of the specter at the edge of a clearing, a circle of frost that clung to the ground despite the warmth of the season. In the center of the circle lay a single flower, its petals black as night, an offering or a warning they could not tell. Abigail felt a chill run down her spine, a sensation that spoke of ancient magic and forgotten pacts. She knelt by the flower, her senses attuned to the whispers of the forest. The specter was old, older than the Wendigo, its origins lost to time. The group pressed on, their path illuminated by torches that flickered in the still air. As they delved deeper into the heart of the forest, the signs of the specter's presence grew more frequent. Trees stood coated in rime, their branches heavy with the weight of an unseen frost. Shadows danced at the edge of their vision, always just out of reach. Finally, they came upon a glade that seemed untouched by time. The grass was a vibrant green, and the air was warmer here, as if the specter's chill could not penetrate this sacred place. In the center of the glade stood an ancient stone, runes carved into its surface, glowing faintly with an inner light. Abigail approached the stone, her hands hovering over the runes. She could feel the power that emanated from them, a protective spell that had held strong for centuries. But the spell was weakening, the light of the runes dimming with each passing day. The specter seeks to break the seal, she realized, her voice barely above a whisper. This stone holds it at bay, but if the spell fails... She did not need to finish her sentence. The group understood the gravity of the situation. If the specter was released from its prison, the consequences could be dire, not just for Thornfield, but for the world beyond. They had to act, and quickly. Abigail and Elias worked with the villagers to strengthen the spell, using their combined knowledge of ancient rites and the natural magic of the forest. They gathered rare ingredients, recited incantations by the light of the stars, and offered their own energies to the stone. As they worked, the specter watched from the shadows, its form coalescing into that of a man who had once been a powerful sorcerer, his ambition leading him down a dark path. He had sought to control the forces of the forest, to bend them to his will, but the forest had fought back, trapping him in the form of a specter, his power bound by the stone. The sorcerer had waited for centuries, biding his time until the spell weakened enough for him to challenge it. He had not counted on the determination of the villagers, on the legacy of courage and strength that Abigail and Elias had fostered in Thornfield. The battle of wills that ensued was fierce, the specter unleashing the full extent of his malice upon the group. The air crackled with energy, the ground shook, and the sky itself seemed to weep as the forces of light and darkness clashed. But in the end, the spirit of Thornfield prevailed. The seal was restored, the runes blazing with renewed vigor, and the specter was once again contained. The sorcerer's cries of rage and defeat echoed through the forest before fading into nothingness. Exhausted but victorious, the villagers returned to Thornfield, their hearts lightened by their triumph. They had faced the darkness and emerged stronger, their bonds unbreakable, their wills unyielding. Abigail and Elias stood at the edge of the village, watching as the first light of dawn painted the sky with hues of pink and gold. They had saved their home once more, and though they knew that the forest would always hold dangers, they also knew that Thornfield would rise to meet them together. And so, the tale of the specter became another chapter in the story of Thornfield, a story of resilience, of the power of unity, and of the enduring light that shines even in the darkest of times.